Hello, my name is Samantha Rose DiPietro, and on October 6th, 2018, I, along with all other women, was personally victimized by the United States Senate when they voted to appoint Brett Kavanaugh the newest Supreme Court Justice. Brett Kavanaugh claims that his life was ruined by the accusations against him. But what about the women whose lives he ruined? He sits on the most powerful court in the country right now, and the women he assaulted are in hiding and receiving death threats for their grievous crime of reporting their own assaults. He violated them, and he took something away from them that they will never be able to get back. He took away their sense of safety and their sense of trust. According to the National Sexual Violence Resource Center, 1 in every 3 women will experience some form of sexual violence in their lifetime. Just think about that statistic for a second. There are about 158 million women in the United States. That means that nearly 53 million women in the United States alone will be or already have been the victim of sexual violence. Now, that's not to say that men can't be sexually assaulted, because they can be. The statistic for men being sexually assaulted is about 1 in 73, which is awful. But just think about how there's a huge staggering difference between 1 in 73 and 1 in 3. Just think about 3 women who are close to you. Think about 3 women who are important to you. And now think about how, statistically speaking, one of them probably has already been or will be sexually assaulted at some point in her lifetime. Putting people into power who have sexually assaulted others tells women that we do not matter. You're telling victims that we do not matter. There is no other crime where you ask the victim if she wanted it. There's no other crime where you ask the victim what she was wearing, or how much she had to drink, or how provocative she was acting. There is no other crime where you look into the victim's sexual history and scrutinize every decision she's made. No matter what we do, it's our fault. If we're virgins, then we're prudes. If we're not, we're sluts. If we have sex, we're easy. If we don't, we're bitches. If we're assaulted and there's no physical evidence, then we must be lying. If there is physical evidence, then we must have wanted it or been too provocative and forced the man to do it to us. You take away our voices and you re-victimize us. You call us liars and try to cover up the things that happen to us. There are so many police reports of rape that are covered up and labeled as unfounded because they can't find physical evidence or they believe that there's problems with the victim. By doing these things to us, you are telling us that our suffering and our safety is not as important as a man's reputation. You are telling us that we are worth less to you than the men who have brutalized us. Dr. Christine Blasey Ford has been called a liar ever since she came forward as a victim of sexual assault. And first of all, she didn't even want to come forward as a victim. She was forced into the spotlight. But she has received death threats and been viciously attacked on every possible level. I have seen people laugh at and make fun of a woman who specifically said that the most traumatic part of her assault was being laughed at. I've seen people post pictures of Dr. Ford and Mr. Kavanaugh from when they were in high school and say that she was not attractive enough for him. People are saying that she was not attractive enough to be raped. Now let me just say this. Rape is not about sexual attraction. Rape is about power. Sexual assault is about the attacker asserting dominance and power over their victim. Sexual assault can happen to anyone, regardless of age, race, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic status, or even superficial beauty standards. Sexual assault can happen to anyone. It can happen to me, and it can happen to you. Thank you.